be. We're about to be.
It's the pre-show.
We are now.
It's like just the top of the shaft.
That's right. Just a very, very little bit is going there. We'll turn that guy off there. Okay. All right. Well, we got nobody. We'll start. We're going to start.
That sounds good. Begin
now. Commence
nonsense.
Commence nonsense. That's it. Might as well make this quiet here. So it's going to be telling me that we're live. And I already know that because I'm the one doing it. Clicking these buttons. I only be clicking.
We're the only people that are taking any notice to anything that we're doing.
What difference does it make? Just start. Just
hurtling through space and time.
Look at us. Almost at the speed
of light. Can they see this?
They saw it at the beginning.
Okay.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then... Wait! What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
A fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
Here we are.
We're not waiting for the intro to stop playing. We're just going to start screaming at you right
scream.
now. Existential Terror Hour with Matt and Matt.
That's right. The screaming, where the screaming never stops.
It's into the endless void that is our lives, the gaps between every good moment that you've ever felt. That's what this show is like.
And that's what we've been waiting for.
All the moments of either just not discomfort
Yeah.
or a downright suffering.
Right, exactly. At the level of how bad it is all determined upon how much you're willing to commit. That's really what it is.
How hard are you listening to this show?
Yeah. I mean, but do you listen hard?
Do you listen hard?
Like, are you really paying attention to what we're saying? Because, there's
you'd be the first.
Because maybe you could tell us. Help us out here because we have no idea.
What are we ever talking about?
Nobody
Self-indulgent bullshit in this world of narcissistic and constantly self-involved endeavors.
At best.
That's what we're doing. I mean, like, what is any of it?
Yeah, I mean,
besides some kind of self-serving, self-fallatiating nonsense.
Yeah. That's basically what.
Let's kickstart your brains. Hey, this is great to listen to if you're studying for a math quiz.
That's right. Is it math quiz time? I don't know. I was just trying to play the.
You know who would have loved this show, Matt? Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
He would have found.
He does love this show. He found a way solely to navigate the space-time continuum so that he could figure out
the theory of relativity. He knew he was going to miss out on us, and he did not want to miss it.
He ran all his calculations, and he realized it was statistically impossible for us to start the show while he was still alive.
Right.
So
and the fact
much
that
like Jesus, he knew he had to sacrifice himself to old age or whatever he died from in order for us to be born. So that we're made up of little particles that were Albert Einstein.
Some of them, yeah.
He knew that he had to release them.
Isn't that a fucking weird thing to think about? That's very possible.
Oh no, it's real.
Like you could be, you listener, or you could be comprised of some of Albert Einstein and some of a T-Rex.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's for sure.
Well, I'll send you a link. There's a Facebook quiz you can take to tell you what.
Now that is an indisputable form of evidence,
and a very antiquated one too.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Speaking of antiquated, I'm 35 now.
That's right. Matt is finally.
I turned the corner.
He turned the corner of the mid-30s.
Too much fucking shit on me. I can't breathe.
As of after Sunday, because Sunday is your halfway point. You are now beyond the halfway point.
No, there's no turning back now. That's right.
You're now 5 years away from 40.
Yep.
And when we're 40, I'm gonna learn how to tie a noose.
That's right. Well, that's what you do every year. You learn one loop, and then once you get to 40, that's where you start to pass the rope back through.
I'll make it so the rope is really, really long, so that it, there's like piles of it on the floor. But every year, I'm cutting a little bit of the rope off. Tie it around my neck.
Stare unflinchingly at the camera.
Throw it over the rafter, and then just jump off the chair, and we'll see how long it takes before it does the job it's meant to do.
What you have to do, you have to have a counterweight so that it floats on top of the water, so that as global warming melts the glaciers, it slowly raises and it tightens the noose
as
it goes up. And that way, one way or the other, you're either going to die before or after, but one way or the other, it's all going to be over.
Tobin Bell is going to get looped in on this because I know he's
not doing anything.
No, they haven't done a Saw movie with him in a while.
Yeah.
So he needs some of that. He needs that Saw itch to be scratched.
He's looking to get back into the trap game. The music didn't work out.
Tobin Bell.
It's like, this is all a mistake, but
you said you like trap music. Do you like traps? That'd actually be dope as fuck. Could you imagine somebody using Saw like Saw quotes?
Do that?
Using Saw quotes for like when the beat's about to drop, like, I want to play a game.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking sick.
People killing each other.
Everybody's wearing like a bear trap around their heads. As soon as the beat drops, it all snaps closed in unison.
Everybody
chopping
drops dead all at once. The DJ's still up there dancing.
Oh my God! Did you see his set literally killed everyone at the party?
Slayed that festival.
And by that I mean he's got 7,000 counts of murder.
It's short range, like wireless though, so the guys at the porta potties are fine. They come out and like, what the fuck happened?
So much blood.
But then they get close up to the stage and then they go. Oh my God. Oh, it's it. It's FOMO.
Trap King.
That's right. Trap King. Tobin Bell Trap King.
He's just doing the little hand, the little dancing, the little hand dancing.
Oh my God. That's it. These are the moments that we live for.
I mean, he'll be at a MonsterCon again sometime. I'm sure we can ask him about it.
We don't have to ask him. We're just gonna trap him and then be like, hey, you're a DJ now. We'll just talk Dave into setting up a stage and a little mixing station, whatever he needs. Tell him go to town.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome. I wonder how many drinks it would take for him to conceive.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely a valid question, because there's always a number.
There is a number.
It's just a matter of whether or not you can get there.
Right.
Sometimes they go into diabetic shock, depending upon how old they are, but can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. So we've got to, you got to get that median, and the only way is to survey as many celebrities as you can possibly get to. And that's what MonsterCon's for. We already got Greg Nicotero. He got announced today.
Greg Nicotero. Well, he was originally supposed to be there in April.
Yes,
and so this is his kind of makeup date.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll be there. I got some Evil Dead stuff for him to sign.
He better show up. Yeah,
If he doesn't show up, I'll tell you something. I'm gonna go to Georgia or wherever the fuck
he's at.
That guy's basically a prisoner of the Walking Dead show now.
I'm gonna get him to sign my Shaun of the Dead DVD.
Oh my God. Something he definitely didn't work on. But you know what though? He might have actually worked on that. You don't even know.
Well, I'm going to make sure beforehand.
He's got his hands in. He's like Savini. He's got his hands in like everything.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he's in like he's done like a bunch of shit like that you never even would know.
Yeah, I saw what the fuck was that? I think it was in the what was that called? Search of Darkness. Those documentaries I keep talking about. They did like a whole section on him and all the stuff that, because they were talking about like makeup artists or something like that later like end up in the movie. And of course they had Tom Savini in there and everything, but they had Greg Nicotero too, and they were talking about his sort of chain of events, and they started talking about weird movies that he was involved with. So I'm telling you, it's a good documentary series.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out. I still haven't watched the third one yet, but the first two were solid. I can say that much. But yeah, he's done, had involvement with a lot of stuff. Without a doubt.
Apparently he's done Monster Cons before because people like it. They said he was a fan favorite. So.
Oh, well. Yeah, he might have just been there once, and they're like, "Yeah, everybody loves
we
him,
want you."
That's right.
Everybody's like losing their shit over the August date with Kiefer Sutherland and,
I know,
and all the other Lost Boys people.
Who the fuck cares? That's what I say.
Bring me Corey Feldman.
Get Corey Feldman back.
And then I'll get my
G-Tom Mac. Let's have him.
G-Tom
Let's
Mac.
do like a celebrity boxing.
G-Tom Mac and Corey Feldman playing a set.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh my god.
Would be the
Oh my
best.
god. What is going on? Why has this not happened?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would pay for that show. Like,
I would too. My god.
I'd
Are
pay
you
money for
fucking
that.
kidding me?
Mhm.
At MonsterCon?
Yeah.
Even
Be the
better.
Best.
Oh my god.
Dave. Yeah,
Dave, make it happen. Dave, come on.
Like he even knows who the
Come
fuck
on,
we
Dave.
are.
We're the guys who offered you the treats,
the
the snacks,
food that
and
was
then
left
once you
over.
realized that they were spicy,
Oh.
you didn't want any.
He was like,
actually,
no. He was like, no
it's like-
thanks. Actually, what's in there?
Yeah, right.
Actually, what do you got? His whole mood changed.
Yeah. We just gotta switch them out to the savory kind next year, I guess. Or in
No more
October.
Takis.
Right, no Takis.
All right,
Doesn't want anything spicy.
So if you're gonna leave stuff around for us to try to hop
That's
later,
right. That's right.
don't make it so spicy because
Saturday
Dave doesn't
night party,
like it.
people, make it a little more bland next time. Go towards the sweet side. I have a feeling Dave's got a sweet tooth.
I think so.
I think that's what keeps his glasses thick.
That's what keeps his insulin pump moving.
That's right. It's all about that. It's all about things moving. So, I'm hoping that we get some more exciting announcements. I guess we're in the crosshairs at this point.
I considered going in August for Keith David.
Did you? Yeah, I know. I thought about that too.
Just one day. I don't know if I can justify going up there just for him for one day. I would probably just like shop and go see him.
Yeah.
And that would be my whole
Well,
trip.
and I imagine we know it's already going to be a completely different environment, but who knows, what it's going to even look like.
I do have something I want him to sign.
What?
A poster.
Oh.
No, I mean not the DVD. I think I don't have the DVD signed. So I would I could find plenty of stuff. There's plenty of stuff that happen.
All we got to do is tell Dave, be like, Dave, get Keith David back here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him back. Bring my baby back.
Bring him back. Oh man,
God, Keith David.
Maryland is where he shines.
This is where you belong.
Oh my fucking God!
Here I am.
This is where you belong, Keith David. It's where we want you. We want you back. We promise we'll be good to you this time. We'll see. But I think the best part, one of my favorite gifts were these wonderful this wonderful union that is finally taking place at a factory level. And for those of you who cannot see, it's a Jack and Coke in the same can.
The guy at the store was telling me that the proportion's like perfect.
It's unbelievable. I was skeptical because normally people are a little heavy on the Coke.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I make them. And the only thing that's missing is it being over, just being chilled.
In East York, that fine wine, good spirits or whatever in East York, over by the Red Lobster.
Yeah.
It was like a ton of them. I got like 4 of them for you or whatever.
Right.
But there was like a shit ton of them. There was like an end cap. It was full. And the guy was like, we just got those in.
Beautiful thing.
So if you need more, you can certainly go and stock up.
Well, now I know where to go and it's going to be good. That's, oh my God. I'm so
it makes me wonder, does Coca-Cola own that product or does Jack Daniels own that product?
Or is it product? It's a collaboration.
So I guess they're just getting a cut.
Yeah, they're all doing it together.
Get a cut.
They're doing it for
but I just wonder, like in their factories, I guess they're shipping over probably. I wonder who's getting it though. Is Coca-Cola getting bottles of Jack Daniels to their factory?
Yeah.
Or is Jack Daniels just getting Coca-Cola
No.
bottles?
Coke would be handling it because Jack Daniels doesn't have the canning,
Oh, they don't do
facilities.
that. Oh,
No, they've
okay.
got like little summer drinks and shit that
Mhm.
that they have out there, but I'm pretty sure they outsource those too. Yeah, the
So
distillery
Coca-
just does that.
So there's copious amounts of Jack Daniels in the Coca-Cola
It's a
factories,
beautiful day.
and it's not in the workers' bellies.
I'm
From the beginning of the day.
No, I already
Usually they
applied.
start their
Yeah.
day. If they're working at Coca-Cola, they're
Yeah.
100% full of alcohol by the time they get to work.
You've got to be, and if you miss out at home, fill up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You've got to keep the
They
status
do it
quo.
at the government. I'm
That's-
telling you that much.
There's only one way to get that stuff done: drunk.
Mhm. It's the best way.
It's the
What
only
do you
way-
mean it's taking forever? It feels like it's been 4 minutes.
So I've been here since what day? What day o'clock? And then you just have another lunch break, and then you just go
Time to drink
back
your
out-
lunch.
back out to your car, get that paper bag out.
I packed my lunch.
That's right. I'm hyperventilating over here. That's what's going on. I'm just breathing into this paper bag. Don't mind the glass bottle that's in there. It's got to breathe all that in. It'll be fine. I don't know what the fuck else is going on. What else? What's happening?
I had some shows over.
Oh
the
yeah, that's
weekend
right.
with
You
my-
had some shows
with my band Santosha.
Santosha time.
It was so the first show was on a Friday. It was this place called DLZ House, and
Okay.
DLZ is just the initials of the guy who owns the house.
Beautiful. I love
It
it.
was just a house. It was a row house. It was a nice like updated and modernized one. However, it was very small.
Mhm.
The guy just had like in his living room, like his front door, he had like some lamps, and then he had like a bunch of like folding chairs out there, and we had to play our set acoustically because it was inside of a residence.
Of course.
But we played with two other guys. Oh man. Can't wait to tell you about the one act we played with.
Okay.
So we go in and he's like, yeah, I got a green room up here. So I got a fucking green room, okay, at some guy's house. It was granted, it was like just a spare bedroom or
I was
something.
gonna say it was like his
But he had,
little
like,
sisters.
Snacks and refreshments. Yeah.
Princess Paradise.
Yeah, it was pretty much, yeah. He's like, I got a TV here, and then so we're up in this green room, just eating like veggie tray and stuff like that, and I'm like, I feel like a
God
celebrity.
damn, you had a veggie tray.
Yeah,
too?
veggie tray and like guacamole and
Did
all
he have
kinds
porn
of
on the
stuff.
TV? too?
You could have put porn on the TV.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. He was like,
Oh,
you
man.
can watch anything on here.
Let's
I've
play
got
this guy's house.
Yeah, if you want to play it, he's booking shows.
We got the acoustic though.
It's acoustic.
Man, that'll
acoustic
be tough. We
Kingdom.
can figure it out.
Ah!
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll just step it down, do like a Richard Cheese version.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm up there and I'm feeling this tickle in my throat.
Uh-oh.
It feels like somebody's like scraping my throat every time I breathe in.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, am I getting sick or something?
Right.
So I go outside. And I guess like there was some incense up there. Plus like some people were like smoking weed in like his like back room.
Mhm.
But it was just the air up there that was fucking killing me.
Oh,
so
man.
I couldn't hang out up there for long. Cause like once I got outside, I started feeling better. I was like, what the fuck?
Like sleeping gas. It's
Yeah,
like-
it was so weird. And it's like, I don't know if I'm just getting sensitive now because but
Yeah.
it's like I smoked cigarettes for 15 years
Yeah.
and I quit for like a year and a couple months, and now suddenly I can't handle incense.
You got-
What is happening?
You're just well, you got a thick layer of
Did I-
tar protecting you from the outside world, and that is gone now.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I'm
completely
wondering.
exposed to the elements.
Did I heal at like Wolverine speed, or are my lungs back to normal again?
You healed so fast that your body rejects any form of smoke.
Well, that's what it
Liquid
feels.
smoke. Don't give me smoked salmon.
That's what it
nothing.
feels like.
Yeah.
If I ate something, if I ate a steak that was cooked a little too
That's-
smoky,
that's
I
right.
start hacking and coughing. I'm dying.
Well, I mean,
What's wrong with me?
you're getting to be a man of a certain age. That's all. Can't handle the smoke
Oh,
anymore.
Advanced in age
That's
at this
right.
point.
It's time to turn in your keys.
That's right. Just you're done.
That's right.
Get off the road, old man.
Get off the light highway that we've created now for our space cars. You're in the way. You drive too slow, so you got to pull up and get out of the way.
Stop driving this fossil
That's right.
fueled car.
You're killing these people that we just got done bringing back from the ice age. Hell, they're in Congress
When
now,
the ice
and
caps-
you're using them for fuel. How do you think that makes their demographic feel?
I could have saw my wife again, except she ended up in some guy's car in his
Yeah,
gas tank.
And you know, sometimes your
'Cause he won't get
family
with the times.
yeah, sometimes you just got to make ends meet. So
Look, you got to sell her.
sometimes it's just got to do what you got to do.
Mm.
We've got 5 people right now.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know why.
Well, I got more stories for you. So as we're
More-
at this
more
DLZ house, okay, I was watching. So there was this folk band called Anchor End.
Okay.
It was just this husband and wife duo,
Mhm.
and she was singing like harmonies, and he was just playing like kind of folky music, and it was cool.
Mhm.
And then the second band was this. Okay, so this guy came down from Philly, and he's got this guitar, and he's got a shit ton of pedals and stuff, right?
Yes, I love when this
Mhm.
happens.
Shit tons of pedals,
Does
right?
he have an amp, or is he just like
And-
that
and-
compulsive?
And an amp,
Okay,
yeah,
all right, all
and an amp. Didn't matter because he goes. He. This is the first thing you want to hear. This, you're in store for a great show.
Right.
He's like, all right, well, I don't know if I'm gonna play one song or how many songs I'm gonna play, but we're just gonna see, what happens. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go on this journey.
That's
And so
That's
he
it.
starts whittly diddling with the knobs and just going. And this is it's this fucking Philip Glass avant-garde
this is
fucking
it. This
shit. Oh my. You got it. Allison has been quoting this from you like all weekend long. Oh,
Yes.
God. So of course I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let's just see what this is like. There were moments where it was so kind of irritating and then so much tension, and then he would break into like an actual some kind of actual chords or melody, and I was
Right.
like I felt this relief, like
Right.
someone was stopped poking me with a needle. You know?
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
It's in between pokes at the tattoo
Like-
shop, right?
Someone no longer torturing you isn't the same thing as love.
I guess this is art, but it still hurts.
Yeah. It's like you start confusing the lack of attacks for doesn't mean it's good.
Right.
It just means that it stopped for a minute. And I'm like, all right, so I'm looking and I'm watching, I'm front and center in the audience,
Right.
because this show, it was just the people who came to play the show were the people there, and,
right.
and
Oh,
Mike
that's great.
had a couple friends that made it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was very sparse.
Love it.
And Tyler and Michelle are over there next to me, and I'm just looking at them, and they're just texting back and forth, and they're just like, Greg fucking dipped out. Greg picked up his phone like he was getting a call, and he walked the fuck out. Because I looked back at Allison, and I was like, oh, God. And I was trying so hard just to keep a smile on my face through the whole thing, but
Oh, you
holy
have
fuck. It was and his set was like 45 minutes. It was 45 fucking minutes of just like I thought Tobin Bell was gonna show up, and he's gonna I wish he would have showed up and killed me in a meticulously made trap.
I'm
Holy
just
fuck.
a scared little boy. He never learned.
It's just learning
That's
how to do it.
That's what it was. He had this one cool tool. It was an EBow.
Yeah.
Have you seen those things? So that was he was kind of making some cool sounds. At some point, because I look back at Allison, because Allison and I over the weekend just watched Blade Runner for her first time,
Okay.
and he was accidentally playing the Blade Runner theme with just one chord was
Whoops.
missing. Just one chord was missing, and I was like, oh, look, it's Blade Runner. She goes to me, I like Blade Runner a lot better.
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh God. Everyone in there, when he he did a couple songs, or I guess in total he maybe did like 3 or 4 songs in that 45 minutes, and then he's like, he looks back, and the DLZ guy, his name's Dave, the guy who ran it. He's like, oh, well, how much time do I have left? And he's like, oh, like 15, 30, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you want. And everyone in the collectively is like looking around at each other. Oh God. And he goes, and at the end of it, he's like, yeah, I think I've tortured your ears enough.
Yeah.
And we were all kind of like, thank fucking God it's
Thank
over.
Like, where did all those people come from? It's all the
idea is
neighbors.
get them to just cheer that you are no longer playing music.
Neighborhood watch.
So we went up and played our songs like stripped down. It was kind of cool. Like after that, Mike played the banjo on some.
I saw that.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. That banjo, he made that banjo.
Oh, really?
He has a friend who had
Cool.
like a wood shop and stuff, and he made that whole thing. It's like really cool. He like made that headstock, that maple leaf shape.
Yeah.
Like he like made all that.
Very cool.
I was like, what the fuck? Because we
Yeah.
went to practice at his house. He lives like close by, and we were just practicing like an acoustic set. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell, dude? Mike's just like has endless talents
Right,
of
sure.
various things I keep learning. But anyways, that was it was cool. It was an experience of a show. Our set went okay. Then we played the Honeybee Cafe in Lancaster,
Okay.
way out in kind of the boonies. Like it's like a place that's just getting started, and so like their floor is basically like they don't have a floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like glue and like
Oh,
dried glue
sweet.
kind of thing.
Yeah, like they stripped up the
Mhm.
tiles. That's what you
Yep.
want. That means there was a flood.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
Well,
normally what that
it's
means.
high up though.
From the
could've been a
kitchen,
flood from
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kitchen was on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. We were played with these two bands who were touring in from, one was from North Carolina called Kerosene Heights,
Okay.
and the other was Farseek from Georgia.
Okay.
They were kind of like, they're like emo,
Mhm.
like kind of emo / Kerosene Heights is like emo and kind of hardcore-esque, kind of that sound in the 2000s. And then Farseek was a little bit more like a blend of, they had some like folky elements, almost like they had a trumpet player that would come in sometimes, and
Oh,
this guy who
boy.
played banjo and keyboard. It was like a whole bunch. I mean, it didn't sound bad. It
Sure.
was just interesting. It's like I don't know what they were doing.
Ragtag.
The bass player was like, he was like all groovy. He was this 19-year-old kid.
Well, sometimes I mean that's like when Nate just walked in. We're like,
Yeah.
here's this little
That's
kid.
what it
and
reminded
it's
me
like,
of.
God damn it! What are you doing
He-
with that thing?
Yeah, this kid was killing it.
Man.
So afterwards, towards the end, he came up to me and he's like, you're like awesome. And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, you did great.
Get away
Like,
from me.
Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck are you? He was a nice kid. They were all really cool. They were really nice people.
Mhm.
They the Kerosene Heights guys. So we played last. We were supposed to play first, but nobody wanted to play last.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
That's how it goes.
You know how it is. So we
That's
were
how
like,
you get the game.
fine. It actually turned out good because like we all should have stayed through the whole show, and we all did.
Sure.
But the afterwards, like I just thought was really nice that the one of the guys from Kerosene Heights, the drummer, I think, he came up to me and he's like, you're the best bass player we've seen on this whole tour. And I was like, oh wow, that was like really nice to say.
Oh, you with that guy? Because you can get the fuck out of here too.
Shut the fuck up. Were you listening? Clearly you weren't listening to my show. If you have an opinion like that, I know you weren't here.
That's right. Something's wrong with your hearing. You need to seek a medical attention immediately.
That's
Find a
right.
doctor, some sort of whatever ear, nose, throat, whatever the fuck he's
Get an
doing.
ENT in
Just
there.
get him to help you out because there's some blockages happening somewhere.
Mhm. Somebody was sounding a dog whistle around you for way too
That's-
long. You
that's
eventually
right.
started crippling your hearing.
You must be the one that sleeps on the wheel well.
Oh my god, there was like a bunch of them in their bands too. Like the
Yeah.
with the band Farseek, they had like so many members. It's crazy, but it was cool. I'm liking, like, we're playing all these shows with these different people.
Sure.
Like we played the show with 25th Hour and Zoe Tropolis. They were like there was a band full of people that had 3 guitar players,
Jesus Christ.
drummer, a singer, bass player. There was like
Oh.
so many, but they were all really cool. So I'm liking this scene and like these people in the area.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's-
when Thunderfist first started playing the Chameleon Club.
Mhm.
We were playing the Lizard Lounge, and we used to get stuck. And even when we played upstairs first couple times, we
Mhm.
got stuck on these really weird bills.
Mhm.
Some of them were traveling bands, some of them were kind of local, and they would come into the area.
Mhm.
But we got to play with some weird people too. That was always
Yeah.
great. But eventually you fall sort of into a genre, and you
Yeah.
end up playing with the same 4 bands, whatever.
That's where we're kind of like looking for. We're
Yeah.
trying to see where we fit and where our audience is. So far, I mean, we have our single out that that was on the end of one of the episodes. Like
I think the
last
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 one,
month.
maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, you can check that out. It's called Ghost of You.
Mhm.
Our band is Santosha. But yeah, we're gonna be releasing more and more music, and then we're gonna hopefully have like a full album by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Because we already have that the music done. Greg just has to mix it.
right. Yeah, just
So-
get it ready.
That's-
Get it ready
that's
to
been-
go.
Yeah, it's been fun. But that was my weekend. It was full of shows, and went out and celebrated Allison's birthday.
That's right. Yeah, she's the day
Yeah.
after me.
Hmm. Yeah, we had a good time. We had some crabs and
That's the way to do
went
it.
out to Baltimore. Went to this place called the Wreck Pier Chop House. It's down in
Mm.
Fells Point. It's like
Oh.
right on the water. I've never been to it before. I didn't
Yeah,
even
no,
know
that doesn't
about it.
sound familiar.
It's fucking really awesome. So we've been on this diet for like a month,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was like the end point of the month. We kind of
Culmination.
went into the weekend with. I was like, it's your birthday. Let's just have some fun, and then we'll go back into it again. But man, this fucking food was so good.
Really?
Oh my god, everything was so fucking good. And I was like, is this because I haven't had food like this in a long
Yes.
time? But I mean, even so, I really think that had some of the best food I've had in Baltimore.
Really?
No doubt. I
What
would
kind of food,
highly
though?
recommend it. Seafood and Italian and
Oh,
steaks.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. That's why I picked it. I was like, this menu looks good.
Yeah, that checks
I had
all
this
the
linguine
boxes.
fini. It was like fucking. It was crab, linguine, and the sauce was so good. Oh my god. And then Allison had scallops that were cooked the most perfect way I've ever
Mm-hmm.
eaten a scallop in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it could even have that texture.
Oh, sure.
I was
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck is
Oh,
this?
yeah. That's it.
It was wild, man.
Yeah.
So it was good. And then we got like a cheesecake and like a ice cream or something like that afterward. Oh, and oh my god! And that I had these old fashions that were like they had this chocolate bitters in them, so it was like
Yeah.
that orange and like the drinks were so good too.
Yeah, back in 6th grade, you
Mhm.
know, with those little orange chocolates.
Oh,
Mrs. Gallagher used to
Mrs.
give us.
G. Giving us orange chocolate. I used to think like, oh, you can't get this anywhere.
This is
You can
amazing.
fucking-
She brought this from Ireland.
I'm gonna go on Amazon right now and get 18 boxes of them. That's what I'm
Eat
gonna
them
get.
all myself.
Mrs. G, whenever I do see her, I'll
Yeah.
have some orange chocolate
We
at,
should.
at hand,
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
ready
exactly
to hand
right.
her.
That's
but
right.
I'm only gonna give her one little
That's
wedge.
right. You only
The
get
way
one
she-
wedge,
the
and
way
then just
she
sit
gave
and
it
eat
to
the
us.
rest of it right in front of her. It's all me now.
I'm a big boy. I'm an adult. I can get my own orange chocolate. I made it.
They delivered it right to my house. I don't need to go anywhere for my orange chocolate. I love this stuff. Well, speaking of some love, why don't we do some weird news?
All right, you're gonna love this part of the
You're gonna
show.
love this part of the show where it's not us just pointlessly blathering
Yeah.
on.
Hey, can I talk a little bit more about all the things I love to do
Let
over the
me
weekend?
tell you about how I did things, and I'm me. All right,
Me time.
me time.
This is my soapbox from which I shout at the world and scream and say, I got shit to say.
Pay attention to me today.
I lived a life that everyone forgot.
I lived a forgettable life.
That's the best kind.
Somebody tell me what to do. Okay. All right. We got 4. We went up to like 7 or 8. So I
Wow.
don't know who in the hell's watching the show,
Wow, man.
but we know Juan and Allison's here.
That's right. And
that's it.
yeah, and Terry, who did you friend him on Facebook too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was noticing, I was telling you the other day, I was like, he looks like fucking Tom Hardy
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
when he played Charles Bronson, or like the guy who deemed himself Charles Bronson,
Yeah.
that the prisoner in England. I'm like, dude, he looked just like him, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's where I fucking
That's the sense of familiarity.
exactly.
Finally put your
Exactly.
finger on it. It's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
But okay, let's.
Well, you know what? Here's some weird news. Chris isn't here anymore.
Chris is gone.
He's not
Chris-
here on the show
We
right
don't know
now.
where he is.
He's like Carmen San Diego.
That's right.
And soon he's going to be homeless because he's trying to change residences.
Come on,
Yes,
Chris.
he just told us about that. I'm not sure. He said he didn't get into it, but like I'll have to talk to him and ask him like what
Yeah,
why his living situation is upheaved.
I told him it was
Big
dangerous to go
upheaved.
alone. Take this.
Yeah.
And by that, I
He
meant
didn't-
stay on this fucking show. Then listen to me.
Maybe he'll move up closer. Maybe he'll make it
He
easier.
better move closer.
That's right.
I'll give him half a stall in the barn.
That barn is a fucking nightmare. When October rolls around, you should charge people just to walk through it. There's spiders in there the size of your hand. There's cobwebs in there that you can hang yourself on.
Oh my god, they're huge.
That barn is
the tensile strength.
Oh my god. It makes me feel like it gives me the willies being in that fucking place.
That's it. That's okay. That was enough. That brought everybody this back to just Allison and Lauren.
Good.
Now that's
There
what
we go.
Okay, now we can start weird news.
Now let's begin.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The Human Torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has partnership.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
Alrighty. So here we go with some weird news, everybody. Juan saying the barn sounds like weird news enough.
It is. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not really news. It's more like history.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's weird history in there, and it really is. There's a lot of weird history.
There's
a lot
ghosts
of it's been
in there.
Yeah, it's been cleared out, but there's a few. But anyhow, if you don't know what we're talking about on the recording because you're not watching the show live, you're missing the stuff in the middle,
or at least just go on Facebook and watch what we were streaming.
Yeah, you can go back and see the instant replay.
I mean, we don't have to plead to people.
No.
Those who listen to us are either gonna do what they're gonna do already.
Do what you got to do. And
don't let us tell you. Don't let us interfere with your life.
That's right. Don't let anybody interfere with your life. Just
That's
like
right.
a Colorado woman who purchased a home for the first time in April when she said she discovered a few weeks later that the house and its walls were infested with snakes.
Oh God,
they're everywhere.
Oh my God,
I was watching videos of this, and they're like punching holes in the walls, and snakes are just pouring out of them. It's like a horror movie. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Like, dude, you ever seen Arachnophobia
Yes.
with Jeff Daniels?
Yes, of course.
How the spiders just pouring
That's
out of
It's
the
exactly
house.
like that, but with snakes.
Mhm.
So Amber Hall.
It's way worse.
Yeah,
although those spiders in that movie, I think like one bite would kill you.
Yeah. That's. I mean, we'd have to ask the doc about this one. I don't know if they're going to end your life. They look like they have a rounded head, so maybe not poisonous.
Yeah,
but
let me know, Allison. If we had bought this house, would you have been able to handle this with your expertise?
Right. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe you just have to get a bunch of mongoose, just let them loose in the walls. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. Well, Amber Hall, 42, said she moved into the Centennial home with her 13-year-old.
Why does she look like she's giving this picture? It looks like she's giving a testimonial, like a
bad Yelp
Jerry
review.
Springer. Well, she does look like she's about to give a really bad Yelp review. This house was full of snakes.
It's full of snakes, and I don't like it. I didn't want the snakes.
I did not pay for snakes.
Allison said I would definitely bring in the mongoose.
Yeah, the mongoose.
You got to bring them in. Well, with her 13-year-old son, 11-year-old daughter, and 2 Labrador retrievers in April. A few weeks later, one of her dogs alerted her to several snakes slithering behind a hold in one of the walls.
The fucked up part is like that is the beginning, and that should be the
like,
most horrific
God,
thing.
How did the snake? Oh wait, there's 2 snakes. Oh my God, there's 2 snakes in the house. And if you had
This is the
X-ray
worst
vision,
day ever.
your whole house is slithering around like an acid trip.
The whole place is gyrating.
Yeah. I was petrified. Said I'm very scared of snakes. What a karmic joke that is.
Boy, you picked the wrong house, lady.
Hall said snake catchers have made frequent visits to the home and have continued to capture an additional 30 non-venomous garter snakes. So there you go.
Okay, so thankfully they're not.
Since the initial termination. So I guess they went through and got as much as they could.
Whoa.
And so
what mouth of hell are these snakes slithering out
it's
of
gotta
that they
be.
continuously fill up the house's walls?
It's a snake Native American
This is-
burial ground.
This
They're
is
just-
this is like a total home buying nightmare because all the cost is on her.
Yeah.
She bought
Oh,
that
yeah,
house,
yeah.
and you know what she probably did? She probably waived the inspection.
She waived
That's
the
why-
snake inspection.
You got to get the
She's like,
snake inspectors.
There's no snakes in the walls. I'm not paying for this.
Well, who the fuck has snakes in their walls? Little do you know, it's a much more common problem. That's why you gotta get the snake investigator in there.
It's how you know how hot it is in there. 'Cause they stay still when it's cold. We have to keep the temperature down, little Timmy. Otherwise, the snakes are going to come to life. They're going to eat us in our sleep.
The
It's a
walls
great
will
way to
shake.
save money, when during the summertime when he wants to turn the or in the wintertime wants to turn the heat on. They can't do that.
It's a great way to
Keep it
to have a way late abortion
Yeah.
for your kids that you didn't want.
She's like,
The
"All right,
snakes got them.
all right, good night." She like slams the door into the wall a couple times and then closes it real fast. Punches a hole.
She's got like a mouse in her pocket. She like tosses it in the room real quick.
She tied a little piece of dental floss like a leash around to the bedpost. That way you can't go far.
That'll get it. That'll get it all riled up.
That should do it.
Mommy, the walls are moving.
I say go to sleep.
Go to sleep. You're just tired. There's no snakes in your room. You're just sleeping.
Oh my god. So Hall said she's now saving up to have as much of the den as possible relocated of snakes. Meaning
not the living room. She did.
they've taken over the den.
She meant the family. The family of snakes.
Yes, she wants to get rid of she's going to try and get the big gyrating ball of them out of the basement.
Let's relocate them and put them
Let's
somewhere.
get them somewhere
Let's
else.
give them a nice home.
That's it. Well, Hall said most of the snakes have been found in the garage, but she's also found them slithering through the home, including the bathroom, bedroom, living room, and kitchen.
Oh my god!
So they're around a little
They're
bit.
everywhere.
Yeah, well, experts say it's likely a den under the house where the snakes have been living for at least 2 years. Pest control workers said that they'd have to tear apart the entire house and the surrounding concrete probably to locate the den. So she's in a bad place one way or the other.
This is
She
so
needs
she
like a
can't
Walter
sell
White
it.
like floor opening to be able to get underneath of this shit because it's not going to get any better.
She can't sell this house.
No, God, no, not at this point.
She basically is out like a ton of money. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
she could demolish the house and then try to sell the land, I guess,
Mhm.
technically. But Jesus Christ, like my goal, my strategy would be I'd be putting all my energy into trying to prove that snakes can have human rights
Right.
and that they can have ownership, so I can
That's it,
nullify
that's
this
it.
fucking sale.
Somebody was already here. Squatters' rights. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah,
There's a
these
whole
snakes,
den of them under here.
these snakes own this house.
That's
I
right.
don't own the house. How
Yeah.
can I buy something that's already owned?
Exactly right. Exactly
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, the snake wrangler that caught some of the snakes said he caught some of the ones he caught looked to be about 2 to 3 years old. So he imagines they've been here for a long time, and there's a lot more.
I'd love to know what the previous owner's wife was like.
They're like, I don't know. I had a couple snakes at one point, but they're gone now.
Yeah, they're just gonna. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever. I gotta get back to this
was a
January
boy in a-
6th coverage.
Hold on, I gotta go.
I gotta get going.
Light my torch.
That's right. See if this is the time to strike.
Put some barbarian paint on my
That's
face.
right. I gotta do what I gotta do. Speaking of getting into a bunch of shit, Dr. Chubbs, where are you when we need you most? This is exactly what it looks like.
Oh,
Commuters on a
no.
Colorado highway are raising a stink after a sewer truck spill left their vehicles covered in shit.
I mean, if the lady with the snake house was driving down this road, she would literally have the worst day imaginable.
She's like, all right, I just got done with the hypnotherapist. I'm no longer afraid of snakes. I am ready to start my life again.
This I've made peace with my new resident, my
Oh
roommates.
my God, look at that truck. It's coming right for me. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, it's going to jackknife. That's everywhere. That's it. There you go.
You get covered in. They are covered.
Hell
in
of a day to have the top down
shit.
in the convertible. But
In septic tank shit.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. A convertible.
And it was hot. It was hot out that day.
Oh,
So
God.
the Colorado State Patrol confirmed the sewer truck spilled waste in the eastbound lane of Interstate 76 in Adams County just after 5 p.m. on a Monday. So right in rush
Oh man.
on a Monday.
Oh my god. They could not get any worse.
That's right.
How could this get any shittier?
He said he was behind the truck when some kind of dung as he started to spray from the top of the trailer. Oh my God. So he said his car still smells even after several cleanings. He's not sure what to do next, and he hopes it just goes away. It's not going to go away.
You're gonna have to try to sell that car.
That's
buddy.
right. You're going to have to
First,
find somebody.
fill it with snakes so that when you remove them, it seems like you handled it.
That's exactly right.
That's
Don't-
what you got to
this
manufacture
This car
problems.
used to be full of snakes. Okay.
Manufacture solvable problems to make your life look more attractive.
Now it just
your
smells
property
like
look
shit.
more
But it
attractive.
used to be full of snakes.
So it's not so bad now,
Not
is it?
so bad. You want the car or not, Mr. Picky?
Oh, it fucking reeks like shit.
Yeah, but do you see any snakes?
Sure, but
Sure,
the smell
but-
of shit won't bite you.
That's right. That's exactly right. You don't have to worry about antidotes, anti-venom, any of that shit. Racing to a hospital. You'd be lucky if you can get down the highway. So another driver's dashboard camera footage showed both of the lanes of the highway covered in a sludgy brown mess. The CSP said the spill was not considered a hazmat situation.
Oh, how?
I don't
How?
understand how. And a trucking contract company would be handling the cleanup. They're like, don't worry about it. Everything is fine. They're like, huh? Showing these pictures.
This tractor trailer, I'm assuming, is that what was where the shit came from? The one that's covered in the front of it?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. The tractor trailer that's there. That's
that
the one,
tractor
yes.
trailer spewed the shit.
Yes.
How did it get all over the top and front of it?
I don't know. It looks like maybe the top started coming off.
Holy oh my god, dude.
Because it looks like it's spilled down over top of the cab, judging by where everything's sitting.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
that is absolutely
It's a rough day.
disgusting.
It's a rough day.
That look, all this is here to make you feel like your day isn't quite as shitty
That's
as
it.
it could be.
It could be way
It could be
worse.
literally a lot more shitty, or there could be snakes slithering all
And-
around you and your
if you
children,
can cross both of those off of your list, it's a good day.
sizing you up.
That's right.
Lengthening themselves around you, seeing if they can
Just
swallow
sleeping
you
next to
whole.
You think it's a body pillow? Mm-mm. That's your
Mm-mm.
coffin right there.
That's where you're heading.
That's right.
That's your
Yeah,
destination.
right down the gullet. So
Man.
that's all. Well, speaking of head down the gullet, a Minnesota inventor who gained a following for his unusual vehicles unveiled his latest creation, a beer-powered motorcycle.
Oh, there's beer in there?
It runs on beer.
Damn.
So I'm not drunk, officer. My motorcycle is drunk.
Yeah, that's like fucked
My
up.
motorcycle has 14 gallons. But the
So
K-
wait, is this a creative way for him to like make a water powered vehicle? Because
maybe
depends on what about the beer, but it's beer. It's not like it's flammable, really.
right. Well, you'd have to have some pretty strong beer for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's I'm curious to see to find out how this works.
Well,
But
Kai Michelson,
I
who's
bet you Exxon is too.
Exxon's like, yeah,
This guy's about to get.
break that down for me.
He's about to have an
Before we
accident.
break your knees. Yeah, that's exactly right. Kai Michelson said whose previous inventions include a rocket-powered toilet, a jet-powered coffee pot, said that the beer-powered motorcycle he created in his Bloomington garage has a 14-gallon keg with a heating coil instead of a gas-powered engine.
Okay,
So it's using heat.
interesting.
A Minnesota inventor who gained his wait a minute. Oh, I just put the same thing on there twice. But anyhow, yeah. So that's the end of what we got here. But so it doesn't look like, given the bald tire that he's got on the front, I don't know that we have what. You hear the fan?
Oh, it's a
jiggling,
fan.
jiggling and wiggling.
I'm
there a
like,
little bit.
what? What the hell is there? Is like the Jeepers Creepers monster outside the window, like clicking on
Like
it?
waiting for you.
Yeah, that's what
it's
it
like-
sounds like. Oh,
Yeah,
my
no.
apologies.
No, just this guy, and I
Just
don't know,
him.
I don't
He's
know.
like,
yeah. I
Hey,
don't know,
come check out my beer bike.
This guy, if this guy was outside my window, I'd be kind of scared. He looks like somebody's been floating face down in the river.
His shirt says Acme, but I think it just misspelled acne
I
because
think they
he's got
got
those
him.
acne scars
He's
all
really
over
he's
his
had
face.
a rough life, and you
Yeah.
can tell by his well-cured mustache.
Yes.
and also his tinted glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing good hides behind them.
He's got style, and he's got about 14 gallons of beer inside of
Oh,
him.
you know it. He's trying to stay as loaded up as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of being as loaded up as possible, a volunteer police officer responding to a
Why
report.
is this picture of him so close up to his face?
I imagine
can't wait.
I imagine he took the picture. A volunteer police officer responding to a report of a bee swarm was hospitalized after he got stung multiple times on his face and collapsed into the street in a Los
Jeez.
Angeles neighborhood. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like a swarm of definitely did this to this volunteer police
Yeah.
LAPD guy.
He looks like Muhammad Ali.
Yes,
Just gave him
definitely bees.
yeah.
There's definitely bees. The TV news helicopter apparently recorded the dramatic video of the attack Monday afternoon in the Encino area as the man flailed around while he was trying to swat the bees away. He tripped and fell, hitting his head on the ground. So
So that's why
that
he
is,
just.
that is what happened. So he did
I was
actually
gonna say,
get
is
stung
those,
by a
were
bunch
those
of bees.
bees punching the shit out of him?
Yeah,
or
they beat the
something?
shit out of him. Yeah, they were just a bunch of people with striped clothing on. The uniformed volunteer officer was treated for fractured eye socket, bee stings to his face and eyes. He was in stable condition. The officer and his partner were assisting traffic control when the attack occurred. So if they were taking care of traffic, why would he respond to the bees? You're not on bee detail. Stick to your department.
Something to shoot.
Ask the snake guys. I know. Yeah, you got to discharge your weapon
He's-
at least every other day.
Yeah,
You
he's
got to keep
gotta
keep
kill
those bullets
something.
fresh. yeah.
Don't worry, I'll save you. I'll walk into this swarm of insects.
Like, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Ah! Professional bee removal service was called, as they should have been in the first place, to the neighborhood to relocate the swarm. Sometimes you call the right guy, and sometimes some guys just like, I'm the right guy. And then,
Sometimes you buy a house full of snakes, and sometimes you wander and mosey on your ass over to a hive of swarming bees,
that's it.
and that you don't have anything to do with at all.
That's right.
And sometimes shit just spews out all over you on the
all
highway.
all over the place. And then sometimes you just viciously defend your territory, just like this guy.
What is up with his head?
a
What these close-up photos of these people's faces? Okay, I'm more concerned not with the events that happened to them, but the events that led them to be this
To submit
genetic
these photos.
abnormality. This guy looks like an AI generated like NPC. What is up with this guy? His eyes are huge. His head comes up to a point.
Like, looks like he's in DK mode on
Yeah. He looks like if a brontosaurus was given human flesh. That's what his fucking head looks like.
Well, Bouncy Castle, just wait
His
till
hair is like
it's only going to
running-
get better. It's only going to get better. The Bouncy Castle business owner has been sentenced to prison.
just for looking like that, I assume.
Get ready. After ordering a string of arson attacks against rivaling Bouncy Castle business owners. This is the face of Bouncy Castle crime. The king of the castle.
Well, I can tell you from that face that I did not expect for him to have a normal thought process. In fact, I don't know if his prefrontal cortex is in there because he seems to be missing the sides of his head that give it the appearance of it being round. He looks like a bowling pin.
You'd think with his prescription he'd have a bit more foresight.
Jesus. And that's the face of no remorse for arson. That
He's like,
zero
the minute
remorse.
you let me go, I'm burning this
I'm
town
doing
to
this
the
again.
ground. I will be the bouncy castle king.
I will reign supreme.
That's right. Well, James Balcombe, 58, was jailed yesterday after reportedly pleading guilty to 11 charges of conspiracy to commit arson against fellow competitors.
Oh my God!
So county police had since stated that the business owner was completely fixated on ensuring the success of his company and would go to extreme lengths to fight off his competitors. When he first entered the party for hire industry around 2006, everything changed when he expanded his horizons to bouncy castle hire. Okay. Later in 2011. So initially he was fine. He was like, all right, there's plenty to go around. But the minute that he invested in his first bouncy castle, he was like, this is where the money is.
This is the kids love it.
He saw dollar signs.
I get one every week.
It's like, this thing is just full of air.
It's just a tent with air.
What a bunch of idiots. Nobody's taking my money. So
this is a money machine right here,
Yeah.
baby. It's Prince money for you.
He was so hellbound on keeping his business afloat, he devised a plot to outdo his competitors once and for all when he paid off all his co-offenders to firebomb competing businesses. Okay? Firebomb. We're not talking about setting a fire in the warehouse.
No.
Firebombs.
This is military tactics.
Yes, yeah. So he met two men, Craig Anderson and Peter Smith, and instructed them to torch two bouncy castle firms to ashes in exchange for about 2,000 Australian dollars.
It's not even a lot.
No.
What bouncy house money do you really have?
That's right.
And also, how much is this cutting into your business? How in the fuck is this bouncy house?
I don't get it.
How does he perceive this as being so competitive?
This is right. He's like, there's only one way to make it in this game. And
Ever since you came to town, I only get like 1 or 2 a month for these parties now.
So while co-offender Smith stopped after the first two attacks,
Oh my God. He went ahead and firebombed
That's right.
2 of them. He's like, I need $4 grand.
He's like, I'll try it out.
I'll do it,
It's like,
mate.
I don't know. So more incidents came after following a pattern. The judge, Stuart Bales, said you told them you wanted the jumping castles affected so the other companies wouldn't be making money, while many of the attacks, which were started by lighting fuel or Molotov cocktails, only caused minor damage. There was one in particular that destroyed a staggering 100 bouncy castles.
Wow.
Man, so
Damn.
he really did.
But here's the problem, though, with his grand
His
design.
reign of terror.
His reign of terror. As he ascends to the throne of king of bouncy house
I love that
land.
show.
All of his competitors are probably insured, and they will just get the money to get more bouncy house
So, like,
castles
guess
again.
what? Our bouncy houses are going to be updated now.
Yeah, they're
You
going
just
to be
gave
the
us an
new
upgrade.
ones.
You
He
dumb
should be
bitch.
he should be burning his own bouncy house
Exactly
castles
right.
down so he could be making money.
He doesn't understand. He said
This guy was like, he's just a crusader though. He's in the wrong time.
Right, he is. If he had a
He's
helmet
in
on
the-
that
he
head,
really
we wouldn't
belonged-
be worried about what he looks like.
He belongs in the Jurassic period. I mean, to be
He'd
honest.
fit right in one of those bullet helmets, though, and hug him real tight.
He would. He absolutely
He would
would.
just need some rudimentary glass in the front, otherwise he'd be completely blind.
He looks like that second to last toe on your foot.
When you're like 55 and it
Yeah.
starts to change color.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. Well, Judge Bales added it consumed your every waking moment and you were continually thinking of ways to maximize and advance your business.
Take a look at his throat. Has someone's hands been around his throat?
Absolutely. His own.
It's all red. And like in the shape
He's like,
of
you'll never take me alive. He's like trying to choke himself.
all I know is how to put air in the stuff and take air out of stuff. So that's just the only way I know how to die. Squeeze the air all the way out. I'm going to deflate myself.
That's right. Then you'll never be able to catch me.
When I'm just a flat pile of canvas on the ground, you won't know what to
Maybe
do with
that's
me.
it. He's like some Ninja Turtle villain.
I feel like he does. I feel like he does need like some kind of a cartoony
Oh, yeah, he's
hero
gotta-
to come
he
and step
does.
in, like
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Oh yeah,
You know?
he's definitely. That would be
Captain
that'd be
Planet
even more
would fight this
appropriate.
guy.
Yeah, they definitely would.
Also, his-
Releasing microplastics into
Why
the
do his
environment.
Why do his eyes look two-dimensional? He looks like a drawing. Like he looks like someone half remembered like their uncle.
This is like a police rendering. They used AI.
It looks
They're
like-
I don't know. He had a fucking put it in giant eyes. I don't know.
It looks like somebody found a magic lamp and wished a genie would give sentience to a police sketch.
Like Doodle Bob.
That was his first wish.
Joke was on him. He didn't
Oh.
specify which one.
And then his second wish,
Dealer's choice.
his second
God.
wish was for all his bouncy houses to be resurrected.
Juan says his head looks like one of those points on that bouncy house. It does. It's all about branding. Well,
Oh man, he just always got to do is paint himself different colors.
that's all he has to do. It's
He's
and
a
it's
walking
nice.
advertisement.
It's nice when you have that built-in, advertising. During the sentencing, which took place last Thursday, he declared Balcomb's offending causes a significant loss, suffering, and emotional trauma. He's since been sentenced with 11 years in prison after pleading guilty to 11 charges of conspiracy.
One year for every
That's right. 1 year for
arson.
every arson that you committed. You're lucky we're not doing it by the bouncy house.
Oh man, he'd never be
Rest
getting
of
out
his
there.
life. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got some things. He's got some new castles to be building, and I guess that's it. That's all the weird
Got to
news
start
that we
from.
got
He's
for
going to build it from the ground up.
from
but
the
he
ground
will.
up.
He'll just inflate himself up again, and he'll inflate his business.
He's got no choice to make in the matter. He's just got to embrace what he's got, what he's done, and move on to the next kingdom.
I mean, he's gonna serve his he's gonna pay his debt to society.
That's
as they
right.
say.
He needs to do that, and whether that means he's a party clown now,
He's
whatever.
plotting.
Yeah,
He's plotting all the arsons he's gonna commit later on. The whole 11 years.
He's just carving it into the
He
brick of
will
his
come
cell.
out and burn the first thing he comes across. When he comes
He's gonna set it right on fire. Just wait. His reign is not over. I'm
Oh,
telling you, this is Ivan
nope.
of the Terrible.
Watch
But,
it rise from the ground.
Absolutely
with
right.
with the motor, the air motor in the background.
Just coming up, and then a tractor trailer full of shit crashes. into it.
Just like our
Yeah,
lives.
just like our lives. And so we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And that's it, folks.
I wish people could hear like 10 years ago, because you have only increased like
The volume.
It
just gets louder.
your audacity has grown with every successful show, just like that guy's every successful firebomb.
Right, and that's what
Is-
I'm all about. It's all about increasing success.
It upped the ante each time.
I don't know why we keep doing this, but
Mhm.
you fail.
What else is there to do?
Sometimes you trip backwards into failure.
That's right. Always.
Well.
Always. It better be.
All right.
Yeah, everybody's still on the stream.
We've got some streams.
Streamers.
Thanks, streamers.
It's the party streamers.
That's right, there
We're
you
like
go.
Party City in here.
That's exactly
This
right.
place is like the party central.
This is
On a
the
Tuesday.
on a Tuesday,
What else,
no less.
What else are you doing on a Tuesday?
Exactly right. You're here, and that's where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, what else?
But thanks for joining us again. I guess that's it.
That's all we got.
I guess that's it. Okay.
Join us next week.
All right. So Juan says, okay, now show us the tour of the barn, cobweb by cobweb.
That'll be We'll take it mobile.
What we should do, Juan, when we finally get you on the show, we'll get Matt to come over early, and while it's still daylight out, we'll do a tour, but we'll film it.
Yeah, we can do
Patreon
that.
content. Juan gets
Yeah,
to
why
take
not?
the tour through the barn, so we can get real
Juan direction.
At Juan direction, and we'll give him that GoPro harness that I have, and that way we can do like a Blair Witch like up shot out of all these like in terror suit, all the spider webs. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful content. It's all about content, Juan.
That's right.
Just in case you didn't know, when it comes to the show,
Juan is no stranger to a camera, so he
Juan
knows
knows what to do.
he knows what to do.
Juan knows what to do,
That's right.
and you know what to do. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Also, remember, kids, sex is always casual if you high five at the end.